How you doing, YouTube? Nightmaster Beer Reviews back with a little bit of a hot butcher up in this piece in the form of their Mobula. I love that name. Ooh, Mobula. This is an Imperial Stout brewed with chocolate, cocoa nuts, sun, and almonds. 10.5%. This is canned 6/7/21. It says Under the Sea. This is, wow, this has got a little bit of time on it. Stout, not that big of a deal. A little bit over 3 months on this sucker, 3.5 months. And they say on the back, per their tasting notes, rich chocolate, creamy almond. Is there such thing as cream? I guess almond milk would be. Toasted cocoa nut. So it's been a while since I've had a... No, that's a lie. I was going to say, it's been a while since I've had a Hot Butcher Stout. It's been a while since I've reviewed a Hot Butcher Stout. I actually drank one the other day. They sent me off a bunch of beers. Some of them were redundancies of stuff that I've reviewed previously. And one of them was Fat Bear. So I drank that stuff to my head. I didn't review it. But this is a while since I've reviewed one. Man, this thing's dark. Doc. A little Stingray action. I'm on you, Jetsa. We're all good. And as far as that beer looks, man, this is dark. That head, there's all kinds of crazy. You can't see it. There's swirls on that thing. It's kind of looking all kinds of bonkers, crazy, rich and dark, dissipating mad quick. Coconut, I mean, it's really hard to get a head retention thing going on when you're dealing with a lot of coconut. And just motor oil level darkness on this sucker. So, let's get a nose. Yeah, it smells nice. It doesn't smell like overly rich. If anything, it's more of a chocolate added kind of thing for me. But there's definitely that coconut vibes. Nothing too ultra toasty or anything. But you're definitely getting coconut. You're definitely getting the chocolate. The chocolate is separate, not in a negative way, separate from the kind of chocolate malt, the roasted malt, because there's a sweet confectionery thing going on. I like this. Yeah. Now almonds has always been like a hard thing for me to kind of pull, at least in the nose. It's more of a tasting, and even then has to be done in copious amounts for me to really kind of get down with it. So there's a nice kind of balance between like a chocolate kind of soft. I wonder if there's lactose in this because it's got a little lactose vibe. That could be your kind of coconut at play. So it's more of a chocolate coconut kind of combination going on. Let's dive in. Cheers. I was about to say I can get the whole almond thing. It's not so much almond as like a nuttiness. Now I can attribute that to the almond itself, but to me it's more of a malt thing, a kind of roasted malt coming off a bit nutty thing here. A coconut is absolutely present here. It's got a nice toastiness to it, a nice sweetness to it, almost adding or acting is the better word to use there, as like a lactose addition for me. And this beer, it's adding this subtle sweetness, giving these cool kind of rich, kind of milky kind of vibes that coconut can give at times. And really, it hangs all that on this huge, burly, gigantic chocolate bomb of a beer. This is probably one of the more chocolate-forward beers I've had like in ever. It's just rich, huge chocolate malts on roasted malts that come off chocolate. You get this big chocolate addition, and it's fudgy, but it's also like milk chocolate, but there's also some dark chocolate going on. So it really is kind of like a nice piece of rich, dense, not overly, it's sweet beer, but not overly sweet, kind of big, rich chocolate cake with a little bit of kind of sprinkles of coconut on top of that. Want to tell me there's nuts in here? Whatever you want. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. I don't know. But what I do know is it's candy. But it's not. And this is probably the biggest thing I want to make sure I express here. It's not like heavy-handed candy. It's not like pastry, super pastry. It is out. It has that vibe. It is what it is. It's a dessert beer. But it's not so thick and so sweet and so dense that it just gets so cloying and so challengey, like some of these beers try to be just the richest, sweetest thing. I can drink this whole can easily. There's no like, okay, I want a couple more sips and I'm done. I really want to see how this beer kind of changes with temperature and things like that. And it comes off really, really nice. I mean, Hot Butcher's known for, their hoppy forward stuff, obviously, but their stout game is quite good, quite tight. And this is kind of up there, man. Really tasty. It's almost like impressive because how basic it is. Sure, you're adding almonds, chocolate, and a coconut to a salad. It's not all that basic. But without the barrel aging, without adding a bunch of other stuff, it does come off a bit more complex than you expect from a beer like that. Let's put it that way. There's multiple levels of the chocolate, multiple levels of the coconut. That almond's bringing something that I can't express, that I'm not smart enough, or my palate's not keen enough to kind of pick up on it, but I can tell there's something going on here. Almost like a liqueur kind of vibe I get from it. And it's just a really fun beer. Really tasty. Really fun. I like this quite a bit. So yeah, let's talk about this beer. Is this one of the better adjunct stouts I've had? Like, yes. Is it Mount Rushmore status? No, but up there. It's one of the better stouts that I've had from Hop Butcher on their Mount Rushmore. Nothing will beat Columbian Exposition, but man, this is probably worthy of being up there. Value availability, stout, Hop Butcher, I don't know, $18 for a pack, I guess. Their beers can be had. They sell it fast, but they can be had and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like desserty, candy bar kind of stouts, but you want something that is a little bit more reserved, and you want it done in a really, really tasty way, this is going to do you. There you go. Reviewing the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massif. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Hop Butcher right now. And hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.